Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Danan.
Hi.
DM Tam.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, players. Hello, viewers. How are we all doing?
Very well.
I think they're doing okay. I don't know because I can't hear them.
True.
Oh.
I can.
The
Yeah,
viewers.
they're all I can
What?
hear. Carl, actually.
Oh.
Voices
We
in
have
your
a-
head.
Yeah,
We have a very exciting chase coming up, don't we, Dan?
we
Yeah.
do. Yes. Yeah. Jumping straight into it. We are on the hunt, aren't we? You lot.
Gonna kick some Chimera butt.
Oh yeah.
Some big. I wonder if they've got 3 butts for like 3
Wait.
heads.
Oh.
Well, that's all up to you, Dan.
Yeah, 3 butts.
Anything can
Wait,
happen.
Oh,
We're
what a
starting-
shame. Oh, I need to go.
We're starting to crouch into the Magic Tavern territory here.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, don't pretend that something having 3 butts isn't what you're all about.
What?
It is what we're all about here.
We're
on the
all-
Explorers also.
This is a 3 butts actual play.
What have I gotten myself into?
Mm.
Carl, shall we go?
Cue the intro, Dan. Cue it now, please.
Fine. Intro. The world has been broken and remade. Our civilizations are shattered, our people divided. Yet there are those who would rise up to challenge the encroaching darkness.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Sir Carmichael Comstock, a Lorivar Cavalier fighter.
Hi, I'm Meg. I'm playing Addy, a keeper druid bard.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Victor, a Lorivar Gloomstalker Ranger.
Hi, my name's Lane. I'm playing Milia Sayralast, an Asavar Divine Soul Sorcerer.
My name's Tim, and I'm playing Galena, the Terran Sprite Alchemist Artificer.
And my name is Dan. I will be the Dungeon Master on this adventure. Whilst our world has been changed, we band together. Hope bright in our hearts. We push forward to reclaim what was once ours, and we shall be known as the Explorers of Elsewhere. The beast has been unveiled. After attacking the caravan for a second time, the explorers have revealed the creature to be a monstrous 3-headed conglomeration of owl, elk, snake, eagle, and lion. Having fended off this affront to nature, the explorers, accompanied by the wizard Haladradis, find themselves in hot pursuit in an attempt to stop the creature once and for all, and to rescue the captive and dying goblin, Bok. There are questions which arise from the mere existence of this creature. What is it? Where did it come from? How did it get here? Seemingly too dangerous and aggressive to be left alone, the explorers may have to discover their answers after its demise, which may not be a particularly easy task to accomplish. Luckily, the explorers are accompanied by an experienced hunter who is no stranger to hunting monstrous creatures. Perhaps Victor's experience will come in useful in the battle to come. And so we find
Oh.
you on a countryside trail, on horseback, racing after the airborne chimera, a goblin wrapped up in the creature's long tail, and fleeing you at breakneck speeds. At the front of your group is the Majani wizard Haladradis. Behind her, Galena and Comstock, Victor, Malia, and riding horse, the bear, Addy, at the back. Ahead of them is the creature itself, the Chimera, as I holding the currently limp form of. So, as we begin this chase, we are using our tried and tested chase rules. So for those of you who do not know how this works, every turn, as a move action, you must make a move check. The DC of which is 20 minus your speed divided by 5. As you are all on horseback, which has a a movement speed of 40 foot, the DC is 12. Succeeding on the check keeps you in the range bracket that you are in, so you are currently 90 foot behind the Chimera. Failing the check moves you back 30 feet as you drop back from the chase. But succeeding the check by 5 or more, so roll if it's a DC 12, rolling a 17 plus, will allow you to gain on the creature. If there is anything that you have that can increase your speed, then that will help you with the move checks. There will be some random complications on the way. You can, as a action dash, you can do that Constitution modifiers times a day, which for a caravan horse is once.
Almost like he planned it.
Almost like a plan. Well, you know, they're caravan horses, isn't they? So, with that said, your task is clear. You're trying to catch up with this Chimera as quickly as you can, and you need to be quick, or you know that Box life is seemingly slipping away. Oh, as an aside, Addy, you're riding a bear, which has a constitution of 16. So, horse the bear gets to dash 3 times.
Wow.
Lucky you.
OP.
Very OP. Cool. So, with that in mind, could everyone roll me initiative?
Yeah.
Do the thing.
13.
Oh god. 2.
11.
So, Galena, as you're on the back of Comstock's horse, you won't need to worry about your own move checks. They'll all be rolled on Comstock's turn. So you'll just have free actions to do whatever it is you want to. Right, so at the top of round, Melia, you are top of the order. So, I say you are currently 90 foot behind. First things first, as you begin the chase, you suffer no complication. What
Yay! Okay. Question for the rules.
Answer.
Clarifying. Move check, athletics or acrobatics? Is that my athletics or
it is-
horses?
It is the horses, actually.
Okay then.
Which is... So it's a +4. You're going to want to use the +4.
Is that athletics or acrobatics that's higher?
It's an athletics.
Okay, then.
Horse.
I am going to cast enhance ability on my horse.
On your horse. You
Bull
already have
strength.
Okie dokie.
So it had advantage on strength checks and its carrying capacity doubles.
Perfect.
Every single check it makes now will be at advantage.
Every strength check, absolutely.
Yep.
Okie dokie. In which case, for the horse, the move DC is 12. So if you do D20 +4 with advantage.
Yeah, that's gonna.
So as you use your action, you cast a spell. The horse's legs like bulk out a bit as its eyes start glowing. 19. So that is a success, and it's more than 5. So Milia, as you cast this spell on the horse and you spur it on, you zoom ahead.
Please, Mr. Horse, we need to get to Bock, please.
And you find yourselves 60 foot away from the overhead Chimera.
Why am I suddenly picturing that, like, Millia's horse has turned into that horse from the cartoon Brave Star, just like getting up and on its...
Just running along its back leg. Like that weird Japanese Olympic video from Once Upon a Time.
Oh my god, I remember that.
There's a callback. Right, anything else, Milia?
That's it.
Okay. Next up is Comstock. What do you do?
Right. So again, as said, it's the horse's checks that we're doing, isn't it, to get ahead?
Yeah. So +4.
+4.
I would actually, just in case. I mean, Milia fucking aced it anyway. But in case it, yeah, I don't think you're gonna. So I'm gonna argue that anyone that wants to use animal handling can do that as well. But I don't think. Oh no, Addie's going to enjoy that. So either +4 for the horse or your animal handling if you'd rather do.
I do
that.
not have animal handling, which is I
Says
find
the
very
cavalier.
strange. I always find that very strange that the cavalier, supposedly the horse person, has nothing to make horse riding better. I cannot be knocked off, but I can't ride better.
You're thinking of centaurs.
Yeah. I mean, all right.
Okay, yeah. So
21.
21. Okay. So as you
Comstock's like, hold on, Kalina.
So as you kick your horse into action, the two of you zoom forward and catch up with Milia. Comstock, oh, wait, sorry. Before you do, though, you suffer no complication.
Yay!
Kalina, I can't believe I'm about to ask this, but do you have anything to make this horse go faster?
Oh, you think I've got a little something?
Love to hear it.
Okay. So, yeah, do you want any actions for you, Comstock?
For the moment, I don't think I can actually do anything because I need to hit stuff. So no, I'm just going to run in and speak to Galena.
Okay. So you charge ahead. Victor, you...
Yep.
As you chase after... your horse stumbles across some uneven ground, which kind of kicks it slightly. So I need you to roll either just a straight d20 because it's dexterity, its acrobatics
0.
is +0, or an animal handling check.
I'll take the latter, please.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Oof. And that's a crit
Oh
fail.
no!
Oh no.
It's lucky that you're a Lorivar, though, isn't it?
Oh, yes! Amazing. Do it again. Roll.
Can I explain that for the people at home,
That
Dan?
sucks. Still. 6.
Oh no.
Well, your dogged determination from your Lorivar lineage lets you reroll ones, but it doesn't matter. So, your horse kind of trips and stumbles on the uneven ground. You are slowed to 20 feet, which means your DC has risen to 16.
Okay. So I make a move check, which is athletics.
So +4. You can have advantage if you want to dash, but the DC is 16 now.
16.
That is fine. Okay, so despite the losing some speed on the little pothole or on the loose stones that were on the ground, you managed to kind of keep pace. Yeah, you don't advance, get any closer, but you do manage to keep up. So that was your move. Any actions?
Can I take a bonus action and Hunter's Mark?
Yeah. What's the range of it? 120. 90 feet. That's handy. You are exactly 90 feet away. So the Chimera is marked.
Mark makes it easier for me to track it. Can I take a shot with my rifle?
You
From
can.
horseback?
So you can. The speed of the horse means that it will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll shoot. Go crazy. Attack. Disadvantage. 15 to hit.
15 to hit. Is a hit.
Whoa. Victor stands up on the stirrups. Is that what they called?
Mhm.
Shoots. And somehow it's the Chimera.
Okay.
Damage. Roll.
So
7
yeah,
points of
Comstock
damage.
Comstock and Miller, you see this kind of purplish streak fly past you and strike across the back, the hind legs of the creature.
I think I got it!
And it takes
Nice shot.
10.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Minus 10. Okay, very good. Anything else, Victor?
My turn, done.
Okay. Haladradis, on her turn, She.
Do some crazy magic stuff.
Yeah, I think she will. She will fall back on a golden oldie and do a good old magic missile.
Solid.
So 3d4 plus 3. So she points her metal rod forward. The turquoise orb on the end of it kind of lights up, and 3 star-like shapes fly towards the Chimera, impacting it for 13 damage. And the creature screeches. She will then. She also, however, suffers no complication, and she will make a athletics check. Or her pony will, I should say. Rolling a 12 and staying exactly where she is. Next up is Galena on the back of Comstock's horse. 60 foot away from the Chimera. What do you do?
Right. I will reach into my satchel. I will grasp my potion of Longstrider. Realize it's empty and I didn't make one today. Bollocks. Grab the bottle next to it, kind of vibing between multiple colors, with some kind of little crystal shards floating around in it. And be like, that'll do! And crawl along the horse and shove my experimental elixir down its neck.
It explodes and fucking dies.
We'll see.
Oh, well.
Pegasus! Pegasus! Pegasus!
Comstock, you watch in horror as Galena like crawls up the back of the galloping horse's neck, like holding on for dear life.
Right.
He puts a bracing hand on her back.
Okay, so as you jam this experimental elixir into the horse's mouth, roll.
Oh!
Oh, not again! Not again! Not again!
There.
Okay,
So, can I have the language be common, please?
okay. You pour this
The horse now talks!
You pour the potion
talks
down
and
the
it breathes
horse's
fire.
gullet, and
I
it
swear.
gains the common language. And what flavour of dragon breath?
Oh,
That's it.
what? I guess let's do acid. Why not?
Okay, and the horse now can breathe acid breath.
Dad, please tell us what the horse says.
Right, that might have sped it up. I don't really know.
Okay,
If
so Galena,
ends
you
up with
You go,
a
Meg.
rapping horse before I end up with a rapping bear, I'm gonna be so pissed. No idea.
Galena, you don't have to go all the way to the end of the horse's mouth, right? Because its mouth comes quite far back, but you do manage to get the potion and like pour it down its throat. And the horse sort of like involuntarily drinks this potion, and starts like whinnying and like sort of thrashing as you do it, sort of like coughing a little bit. And then Comstock, you are horrified as the whinnying and neighing of the horse slowly transforms into a very kind of familiar sounding scream, just as this horse.
What have you done, Galena?
And Comstock, yeah, the horse
And then it's
kind
just
of
spraying venom, like.
roars a war cry, and then there's just green goo spouting out the sides of its mouth. Right, okay, well that's the thing. Anything else, Galena?
Oh my
I
god.
think I've done enough.
You've done it. Okay. So the Chimera. Fly-
Chimera looks back and goes, "What the fuck?"
What is happening? So the Chimera seeing you. Just what is happening? The Chimera seeing you're chasing after it.
Shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, clearly the shot from Victor scored its wing, which caused it to slow down, which in actual fact means everyone moves up.
Ooh.
Nice.
And
Nice.
closes
We got
the
it.
begins closing the distance.
We've got it. It's wounded.
So as that happens, it then one of the heads which you notice to be like the snake head leans back and Milia is odd, so like spits a globule of acid at Comstock for 14.
Holy fuck.
Misses.
Okay,
Oh, damage.
so you manage to duck out the way.
We could do that too now. We can do that too, right?
Maybe.
Obsessively, yes, you can. Okay, so
If
as
this was a camel, we definitely would, because the camel's like.
so this snakehead's kind of looking backwards and just spat a glob of acid at you. Next up, Bok makes a death save.
We're not going to know what it is because Dan's a dick.
Oh,
How
yeah,
many
his
is
head
he on
falls
now?
off.
I've forgotten.
Well, he's had one save already. We don't know what the result is. This is his second save.
Speak an healing word.
Okay,
Yeah, don't worry,
the
I've
save
got it.
has been rolled.
Maybe he did. We don't know. Maybe he rolled a 1 and a fail.
Maybe he did. Addy. First things first.
Mhm.
You
Die.
No.
suffer no complication.
Hey.
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, first off, I want to get up a bit closer.
Okay.
Get up closer, and I want to use animal handling. So that's 1d20 plus 5, right?
Yep, and it's a 12 for DC.
That's an 11.
Ooh.
So no.
You can dash right? You
if
can
I
dash
dash-
as an action.
If I dash, do I still get a bonus action? Does that?
A bonus action, yes, because a dash is an action.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll dash. Can I dash?
Okay.
Can I try again?
Roll again.
Oh, much
Yeah.
better. 24.
Nice.
Okay. So Victor, you're kind of bracing yourself, stood a bit upright as you fired the shot, and then you hear a as this bear galumps past you. Toward like worryingly for you, Galena, you hear this roar, and as you look over your shoulder, you see this bear like hooning along, keeping up with horses.
Incredible.
You are now within 30 feet, Addy.
Great. Okay. Just like Lane suggested, I am healing worded for Floppy Bot.
Floppy Bot. Okay.
Fuck.
Floppy
yeah, click-
Bot.
Oh, nice.
Click the spell and roll
Yeah.
the healing.
Okay. 7.
Okay. What does it look like again? It's like petals and rosebuds, right?
Yeah, so I whisper into the sort of tip of my staff, and then yeah, it sort of it blooms out and then sort of sends spores towards him.
Okay. In which case, as you kind of spur the bear on and you kind of reach forward and you start kind of casting this druidic magic, you see like the spores and petals kind of reaching out towards the goblin. As they kind of settle on him and just kind of disperse into primal mana, you hear from the goblin as he wakes up and just just flapping around in this like tail that's zooming along at kind of 80 foot per 6 seconds.
He's alive!
Hey!
And he watch. What's happening? He shouts as he dragged along in midair. Yes, he is in fact alive and conscious and probably regretting it, which is handy because the first death save I rolled last session was a 1.
Oh my god!
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the same. Wow.
Okay, so Addy, that's all of your bits and bobs. Top of round, Milia, you're within 30 feet of the Chimera. What do you do?
Try and get closer.
Okie dokie. Yeah, roll
Yeah.
your d20 plus 4 with advantage. Oh, wait, before you do, you've rolled a 10, but there's no complication. Continue, my lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've rolled a 10, which is a fail. As this globular acid flies towards you and inevitably ends up going towards Comstock, your horse bucks away and the drop in speed drops you back. Unless you want to dash.
No.
Okay, so you drop back alongside Haladradis and Victor. You are now 60 foot. Any actions?
I'm just gonna. I'm no good if I get up close. Just hold up my padlock again, and I'm gonna bless Haladradis, Comstock, and Addy.
Are you going to bless the riders or the ponies?
Horses. Bless the horses.
And the bears. Don't forget the bears.
Bless the mount.
Called
There's a horse.
I don't think I'd know to it wouldn't process in Milia's head to bless the horses.
Sure.
So I'm blessing the riders.
Okie dokie. So that is for who's being blessed, sorry?
Addy, Comstock, and Haladradis.
Addy, Comstock, so blessed, and Haladradis. Cool. That is everyone. Brill. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Comstock. I'm remembering this time. Roll. So, you also suffer no complication on this country road. What do you do?
Not much I can do at this range, so I might just have to attempt to spur my horse on to get it moving. So he once more cracks. Well, firstly, he's horrified at the fact this horse is like.
Make a sanity check.
I just wanted some hay and I'm chasing something I don't understand. He looks at Kalina. What did you do?
It's unclear.
It's spitting acid. I don't mean to spit acid.
Between spurts of acid, you hear, "Gotta go fast! Gotta go fast!"
Let's try and use this to our advantage. Yeah.
18 is enough to. The horse, spurred on by its new sense of vocabulary, catches up within 5 feet of the Chimera, and you're face to face with Buck, who's just help.
Question, DM Dan.
Yes.
Because obviously the reins are in a bit in the horse's mouth, and it's now spitting corrosive acid. How long has the bit got if I yank it and get it to spit at the Chimera?
That's a good question, Comstock.
Well, is it going to be a bit or will it be a harness? Like
it's a
bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a metal bar.
Comstock sort of looks at Galena at this point. Is like, let's get our acid spitting horse doing something.
Yay!
And he sort of like reaches across, grabs this sort of horse's hair, and sort of gently eases it up and is like, "Bit for your life!
Look out for Buck!"
Okay. And the horse just lets out a very person-sounding roar as just acidic
drooling.
spits out, and Comstock and Galena, you have the duck as it just.
I still have Dragon's Breath as a as an ability. So
Okay, yeah, roll it up.
here we go. So the Chimera needs to make a DC 11 Dexterity saving throw.
Welcome to the Body Horror Podcast.
Oh no. Why is it that the three-headed monstrosity that is the Chimera seems second place in ick to the walking acid-spitting horse?
Because it's the three-headed monstrosity that is Comstock, Galena, and the horse. That's what it is.
Hey.
I'm like, Anton needs inspiration for that.
Yeah, okay, done.
Yeah.
I will happily do that. Right, so 10 acid damage to the Chimera as this horse.
So, is that the horse's bonus action, or is that my bonus action?
That would
Or is that my action to get it to do it?
It's your action to make it do a thing, yeah.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. But, can I use... because technically I'm making it hit this thing, can I use my unwavering mark on it now?
Yeah.
So... it's... as disadvantage on an attack roll that doesn't target me.
When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack.
That's why I was asking about it.
Oh, okay, if it's a melee weapon then
That is fine.
unfortunately no. Okay. It is
Alas.
not unwaveringly marked.
Alas, alas,
What comes
alas.
later? Anything else comes up?
No.
Okay.
I can't attack it now, so no.
Okay. Victor, you are 60 foot behind the Chimera. What do you do?
Let's do a shot first.
Yeah. Oh, no, first of
Hey, a shot! Cheers to that!
all. First of
shot.
all,
You're watching. Have a
you
shot.
suffer no complication.
Nice attack. Disadvantage still, yes. 13 to hit.
That is a miss. So you try to get a good shot, and at the last moment you fire the shot, and the creature kind of recoils away from this acid that's just been spewed on it, and the shot just barely misses it.
Okay.
And-
Missed my shot, and I will move forward. I guess. Make
Okay.
a athletics +4. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. And you have inspiration now. Should you need it?
9. That's failure. I don't want to use my inspiration. I'll fall back. I can
Okay.
just keep it. I'll shoot it from afar. That's my turn.
So, Victor, you slide back to 90 foot away. Next up is Haladradis, and she. I think she's on a good thing here, actually. So she's gonna 3d4 plus 3. Bam! Another 9 damage as 3 more arcane bolts home in on the Chimera and impact into its sides. Okay, marvelous. She will suffer no complications and will roll 24. So yeah, she is spurred on and catches up with you, Addy. On the back of Horse the bear. Galena.
Okie doke. I'll just grab a little pouch of something kind of greenish and puff it in the Chimera's direction.
Okay.
14 DC con save, please.
So as you into the Chimera's schnoz, it will.
It's like a puffer fish, right? You squeeze in the puffer fish.
Oh, it could be.
Rolls a
Boo.
21.
Boo, Dan.
So it, the buffeting wings, you puff and it just kind of disperses it as it leaves your little perfume puff. Anything else, Galena?
Let me think. I probably can't try and I'll just like try and position myself for a catch should Bok plummet in some way,
Sure. Okay.
and that's it.
In which case, with a deafening roar, the Chimera looks to you. Well, so the owl head turns 180 to look at you, and you watch as the creature just kind of twists and turns its body to face you. Like it turns vertically, its belly facing towards you with its kind of 4 legs out, and in quick succession it's going to make a multi-attack. It sweeps at you with its bird-like, eagle-like talons.
Oh no!
For a crit.
Oh no!
Who's it swiping at?
Comstock.
Oh
Comstock.
no!
You take 14. Wait, hold on. That's not correct. That is standard damage. Your critical damage, Comstock, is 25.
I'm sorry.
That's
Wow.
25 damage.
just over
And-
half my health.
As the the creature claws against you, you cannot regain hit points until the start of the Chimera's next turn. As you feel the wound burn as you're slashed open. It then goes to headbutt you with the antlers of the elk head. 15.
That is a miss.
Okay, and it will swing round and attack Galena with disadvantage with its. No, it won't, because
It's got something in its tail.
it's got something in its tail. So
Unless it wants to let go of Bok.
it will instead. The snake head will spit over you with disadvantage at Addy.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, the snake goes to spit at you, but the snake's head is kind of whipped out the way as Comstock and kind of Galena harassing. Okay, Bok attempts to furiously wiggle. Rolls a 3. Like you see, he's like pounding on the tail, trying to pull himself out. But it's difficult when he's upside down. Addy,
Okay.
what do you do?
So, how
sorry.
far off?
Before we do anything, first off, an impediment.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
Horse the bear comes across a fallen log, and
Nice.
needs to make a. Realistically, he's going to want to make a strength athletics check, which is a +4, or you can animal handling it.
So let us do animal handling, because that's +5. So 20 + 5, yeah, or D20 + 5. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can just roll a animal handling from your character sheet.
Oh, okay. 18.
Okay, 18, fine. So with a roar, horse clears, like leaps and clears the log. So yes, sorry, what do you do on your turn?
Okay. How far off the ground is this chimera?
It's approximately 10 feet.
Oh, goody. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip at the chimera, and to do that, again, I raise my staff in the air, and just all the sort of vines that are entwined up the root just again start like blushing with life and just shoot forward towards the chimera.
Okay. So make your attack roll.
Very nice.
It's got a range of 30 feet, so it's in range.
Yep. Oh, 9.
Okay. So you go to fire the vines forward, and as they kind of close in on the chimera, which is now kind of like facing you and sort of like flapping, like keeping itself aloft, kind of pulls itself in and twists and turns and kind of corkscrews out into a normal flying position, and the vines kind kind of swing past it and under it as it carries on. Okay, so at the top of turn, at the end of your turn, the Chimera disengage. So with a big sweep as it kind of corkscrews away, gains some height, takes a move action to gain some height to get out of the range of view lot. Comstock, you can make a Comstock and Galena can make opportunity attacks if you so wish.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
23.
Nice.
So you hit it with the sword, and Galena, you hit
Nice.
it with your dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, roll your damages.
12 damage.
12 damage from Comstock.
Max.
As I imagine what he does is he rides under it as it's flying away, he pulls a sword up and he strikes it across the stomach.
Very, very good. 3 damage from Galena as you kind of stab
I do
into-
exactly the same thing as Comstock, but on a much smaller scale.
Sure. And you all watch as this Chimera gains height and sort of a forest looms and it zooms up over the canopy as you go into the forest. Whilst you can still see it through the leaves and branches overhead, targeting it becomes difficult. But after a short while of keeping up, the breeze begins to spread out and
Hey.
Ooh.
Hillside layer.
Caught up.
the small kind of forest that you've run through gives way to a large rising hillside, and through its kind of concealed silhouette through the foliage overhead, you watch as it pulls ahead and begins kind of arcing down towards the hillside. You like following the screams of the goblin still wrapped in its tail. You watch as it hurtles towards the ground, pulls its wings in, crashes to the floor. The three heads turn to look at you. They release a mighty roar before it disappears into a cave mouth in the side of the hill. And the four of you come to the horses begin to slow down as you approach this kind of cave mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we bring the talking acid
Yes!
horse with us?
I was about to ask this.
Can the horse make a running commentary?
And the bear.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
What are you doing?
Why is the
What are you
horse's
doing in the game?
intelligence?
The horse's intelligence is
4, 2,
you're just gonna
3.
have to find out, aren't you?
See as we have this amazing weapon, love to weaponize it. We keep Galena on the back of it, and Galena can use it to move along and just be like our cannon.
Where's Haladratus?
Yeah.
She's
Pull
there.
its tail, and every time you pull its tail, just a big old.
Okay, so
I love to be
I
useful.
endorse the suggestion.
the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you, pull up, sort of emerge from the trees, the forest's edge. There's a few kind of trees scattered up this hillside. You can see that there is a cave mouth ahead of you, but otherwise the hill kind of rolls up quite a relatively steep angle, rolling away ahead of you. The horses kind of start bucking and whinnying Three of the horses begin whinnying in a worried manner, but one of them
I want to call him Chuck. His name is Chuck.
One of the horses, the one carrying Comstock and Galena, starts kind of shuffling from hoof to hoof, going nope, 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 nope.
Listen, you're an acid-spitting horse. You've got this.
Nope, nope, nope. Don't like the dark. Don't like the dark. Nope. How's everyone feeling about the fact that one of the horses is talking?
It's not the strangest thing that's happened in this world.
Yeah.
I think Addie probably feels it's quite normal because she's quite used to just talking to animals normally. So I don't think she's even cottoned on to the fact that it's actually speaking common.
I mean, Comstock would be more worried about the acid dripping from its face, but seeing as like in a tomb he was hiccuping lightning, it just seems like it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday in elsewhere.
It's a nope.
Victor looks suspiciously at Galena, going.
Hello, Jarvis. Would you mind coming over? Look in this give horse in the mouth, please.
I think that horse needs some Gaviscon.
So,
what's your name there, Mr. Horse?
The horse vomits again before saying
Fascinating.
name.
I'll call you Mr. Dribbles. Do you want to come and spit at that thing more, Mr. Dribbles?
Nope. Scary. Teeth. Got teeth. It's got teeth. Teeth and claws. Scary.
Look at you. Okay.
Can I cast heroism on the horse, please?
What? This poor horse.
I'm gonna cast heroism on the horse.
Right. So I'm going to give it the diseased marker because we know
we know it's wrong.
We know it's wrong.
We need to kill it.
So,
Meg,
I'm gonna walk up to Dribble's horse, but there, it's okay, in a really calming voice, and just place my hands on either side of his sort of snout, as I would usually calming a horse. Cast heroism, and a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier.
Would you look at that?
DM, I think you forgot the golden rule of NPCs. When you have something with a personality, your player's going to latch onto it, and we've latched onto Dribbles. So if anything happens to Dribbles, we and the audience riot.
Okay,
you can do this, Dribbles. You can do this.
In which case, so you go up to Dribbles, the vomiting talking horse.
That's just I have such a serious, deep dialogue scene planned for this.
As you kind of forehead to forehead, and you it smells of sulfur, and as you have this pep talk, the magic seeps in. Mr. Dribbles' eyes open, and he lets out. He rears his head back, opens his mouth, and everyone expects it to let out this kind of triumphant whinny, and instead the horse goes, "No, yeah!" And let me at him. The horse just sort of fucking jumping, cantering from hoof to hoof. Let me at him. Gonna punch him with my feet.
Oh no, we've made Scrappy do.
You know what? I think this horse is diseased. It must be transforming into a chimera. I'm going to shoot it. Stand back!
No!
Everyone!
No!
Right. Haladradis looks to you and Haladradis has kind of left the group because you're doing all sorts of things with
I don't
horse.
blame her.
But you notice, so Galena, you happen to glance over and notice that she is looking at what appear to be clusters of red crystals growing from the side of the hill. What's that? You hear her say. She then turns to you and make your preparations. We're going inside.
So, I have a suggestion. Perhaps it is not necessary to go inside the cave. We can set a trap and flush it out with smoke. So, example, we create a noose around the exit of the cave. The noose will grab the creature and the smoke will flush it out. We then have it immobilized. It may be safer than going inside.
No.
What do you mean, no?
As you ask, what do you mean no? Mr. Dribbles the horse shouts, "Oh yeah!" again and begins charging towards the cave mouth.
No.
You've caused this, so we're following through with it.
So you don't like the trap idea?
Evidently not.
It's a bad idea. Sorry, Victor.
Sorry, what do you mean it's a bad idea?
Later.
Okay,
Yes,
you
Carl.
go first then.
I'm gonna just, well, box in there, and he needs us. We don't have time for this, and I'm just gonna follow Mr. Dribbles.
Yeah, Comstock's gonna adjust his shield and his sword, sort of shake off any sort of ill feeling by taking a second wind.
Mm-hmm.
Another 10 hit points back.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be outdone by a horse, but my god, I love its energy.
Do we have to go so fast, please?
What you need is one of Galina's experimental elixirs. Okay. Yeah, Haladradis requests you make your preparations before heading into the cave. You see her, like, she seems very interested with going in. Galina, you have a sneaking suspicion why. But as Addy kind of storms forward saying, no, we have to save Bok, Haladradis kind of turns to look and, yes, we have to find Bok, she says. We have to save him.
Go in.
Okay, so if you're all ready, begin making your, as the horses at the back are tied up, begin making your way to the cave mouth.
Can I prep a torch?
You can indeed.
Yeah, I'll prep a glowing rock, I guess.
Can I prep a shillelagh on my staff, please?
You can.
Oh, like as I'm clutching the book, I'm clutching my stomach as well, and just holding the padlock that's like now lighting up.
Just confirm, by the way, Dan, are the crystals what I think?
Yes, they are. Red crystals.
Why are you feeling ill, Melia? Are you hurt?
I am not used to going so fast. I am a city girl, and
When we get back to the camp, Milia, you and I will do some horse riding exercises.
Nope, that's fine. No, please no.
Buddy, you've got another of those heroism spells.
I'm fine. That's not going
No,
to
but
stop
I've got
wanting to
I've
swell
got some
up.
of these, and I reach into my like grubby little pocket and like pull out a fistful of good berries and just shove them into to Galina's sort of hands. I'm like, eat these, I'll settle your stomach.
I don't have an open hand.
Just shove them into her face, like.
I put them in your face.
Who is the first in?
I imagine
behind
Comstock
Mr.
will.
Dribbles.
I think Comstock's got ahead of Dribbles and just sort of.
Okay.
I would probably want to cut off Haladradis as well, so I'm probably pretty far up.
Okay, so Haladradis goes in behind you, the bear's in behind you. Okay, if that's the inverted commas the marching order, then as you all start filtering into the cave and kind of disappearing into the darkness, let's grab a quick break.
Sweet.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Enjoy the stinger.
And then I said to him, don't worry, I'm only horsing around. Get it? Horsing around. I'm a horse. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, you are. Oh, come on, DM. Why the long face? That's another horse pun. Please just like this video and subscribe. Please. For the love of God, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Right, we've made it into the lair.
With the best party ever.
More NPCs than I was expecting.
Well, you would have to bring down Haladranus. Like, she can just go away, and we'll keep
She
the
could
people.
go. We don't
Yeah.
really like her.
We'll
Sure.
keep Dribbles and Bear. Oh, horse, sorry.
That's exactly who I was referring to. So, as you enter into, you've entered into the cave mouth. The cave mouth opening, which is slightly less than 10 foot in diameter, in like width and height. And Comstock, as you go in, so we know that Victor is bringing a light source, which
But it seems like this place is hopping anyway.
so Victor's got a light source, but he can only hold. He can't shoot his gun while he's holding it. Who else is casting light? So light there, familiar. So we'll do light. Cool. So white light.
Oh, I have my terrible little light rock as well.
Your little light rock. Okay, so we'll do that. That's like a 5 foot, 10 foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, bless. Okay, cool. Brilliant. So, illuminated as you are, as you enter into the cave mouth, Comstock, you notice that the tunnel immediately kind of kicks around almost 90 degrees to the right. And you notice as you go around the corner that there is a multi-hued glow emanating from what appear to be a small cluster of glowing crystals that look very similar to the ones you saw in the Temple of Hydrea yesterday. And as you kind of look beyond it, the light emanating from these crystals punches out far enough that you can see there is then what appears to be an approximately 10-foot drop down into a lower level. Sprouting from a cave wall further along on the left, you see another cluster of rocks, this time more reddish in hue, that is also emanating a similar glow. Roll me a survival check.
Survival.
Perception check, sorry. Roll me a perception check.
Perception check. We cancel that. Perception. How long does Bless last?
A minute, I believe.
Then Bless does not count anymore.
It doesn't work for ability checks anyways.
Oh, that's fine. And that's a 9.
9. Okay. In which case, Comstock, you're at the front of the queue. So yeah, you can see these glowing rocks aside of you. The 10-foot gap gives way to. I mean, it looks like the cave opens up after this drop. What do you do?
Comstock's going to very slowly take a step forward, and I see you said it was a 10-foot gap or a 10-foot slide.
10-foot drop.
10-foot drop. He basically sort of gestures everyone up, and drops down.
Okay. So as you drop down into the open area, you're able to see more areas of the cave illuminated thanks to what appear to be more glowing protrusions, like growing crystal protrusions. And you can see that the cave almost forks out in what looks to be 4 directions. Like 2, so they fan out from left to right.
He's going to move enough to let sure there's room for everyone else, and wait for everyone else to join.
So as you do that, you can see as you kind of enter into the middle of the 4 crossings, you can see that the second on the left gives way to an open area which appears to have another kind of drop down. Mm-hmm. You can see kind of thick cobwebs hanging hanging to the walls. You can see more glowing crystal structures. Mr. Dribbles is just gonna gallop off. Yeah, and clatter on down, clip-clopping past you, Comstock. Next up was Galena. Where are you going?
Head over here, see what I can see. Not much. Okay. Can I safely slide down this drop?
You can, yeah. I mean, it's like 9 foot and 11 inches, so not enough to take any falling damage.
Okay. Actually, I might. Just gonna do a quick little wisdom, see if I can intentionally jump off a moderately high place.
It is 3 times your height, I must admit. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm
Galena,
just gonna check for enemies. I'll pop out a pulse into the ground because I need to just grab the ground for a second for that and for no other reasons.
Sure. It's a range of 60 feet, right?
That's the one.
So as you beam out your tremor sense, you don't sense anyone that you're not expecting. So
Okay.
the 6 of you, the bear and the horse.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Next up, Haladradis strides past you, looks at you for a moment as you kind of arms down for people as you hold the floor, and then she kind of skips down.
God, I hate her.
As she approaches Comstock, she, in a low, hushed voice, she says, "Be wary. The first time we met this creature, it could turn invisible."
Yes, well, we actually went out and fought it, so I'm very aware, but thank you for the warning.
She doesn't seem to acknowledge your slight. Addy, where are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow and get down that ledge and sort of bring Horse the Bear with me. At least this far in. But as I get down, can I turn to Galena and be like, "Do you want a hand?" and sort of reach back up an arm towards her.
I look for a second as though I'm going to make an excuse of some sort, and just be like, "Yes, please."
Oh.
Okay, and Galena, you're handily.
You know, like how like if like little kids like climb up on things in the playground, and the parents sort of like help them jump down.
Yeah.
And then
Okay. So, Addy, yeah,
not
as you,
quite that condescending though.
you're having to stoop a little bit because of your your size compared to everyone else. But yeah, you're able to help this sprite who's like half your size down from the ledge. I think Emilia, what do you do?
Just come up to the ledge. I don't have any free hands, so I'm just gonna sort of shuffle down, sit down on the ledge, and then off.
Bump hop down.
Yep.
Okay. Victor.
Victor, whilst everyone was hopping down, was busy tying a rope. And he turns, "Okay, I've set it up." And he looks. Where did everyone go?
Wait, what did?
Okay.
Is this like the snare trap or something?
No, there's just a rope to go
That's
down.
just a rope.
It'll be easier going up if there's a rope. So.
Yeah.
I see.
Is there a
Good
dim
idea.
light in this whole area?
So, you can
Because I can see pretty far, so I assume it's dim light.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna leave my torch where it is because I can see now. So I'm gonna leave the torch by the rope. And I'll hop down.
Victor,
Yes,
can you track the beast?
Yes, I know where it is.
Which way?
This way.
Leads away.
I marked it.
And
Okay.
Victor will, I guess, roll a survival. I have advantage on it.
Yeah.
And the question is: this beast an abomination? Because I have an additional feature that gives me advantage if it is.
It is. It appears not to be. No.
Oh, okay, interesting. But I still have an advantage from Hunter's Mark. 13 to track.
13. Interesting. Victor,
Yes.
you kind of close your eyes as you try to sense where this thing is, and sort of like through the people kind of talking and grunting and kind of making noises around you, you begin to filter that out. And you hear like the clip clop of like hooves that you recognise as Mr. Dribbles, and you filter that out, there's another set of footsteps, like that you can hear, that sound a bit more padded and clacky, and you realise you're tuning in to the sounds of this creature that's moving very slowly through the cave, almost as if it's stalking you. And as you kind of open your eyes, you know that the creature lies ahead of you.
He goes
in the direction of Mr. Dribbles.
Clever girl.
and
No,
we'll
no,
tell the,
you can't use that line, Victor, because that's the line you use when you're about to die.
Well,
funnily enough, no. So, yeah.
So
Victor,
so this way, Dan. Sort of, or that way. All right, he'll start moving towards there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as you start approaching, you can see that there's this kind of 10-foot drop ahead of you. You can see, like, through the thick cobwebs, there's a much more kind of open area.
Is that down from us?
It's
Or
down
from us?
another 10-foot drop. Comstock, you're following up. What are Addy and Galena doing?
Addy would be behind. She's sort of realizing that she, for all her bravado, outside of, we got to go in there. She's kind of realized that actually it's almost out of her sort of her energy. So she'll be getting quite wary now. So is it okay if I can sort of creep along but prepare an attack with my staff?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's with Shillelagh cast on it.
Yeah.
Would
So
that be
fundamentally,
possible?
you can move somewhere where you can see.
I think she'd also want to try and keep somewhere in the region of old Dribbles as well. I'm going to say like there.
Yeah. So the horse itself, it seems to have got its vomiting under control, but it's just kind of trotting in, and it looks alert, but it's not kind of charging off anywhere because it's unsure of where to go. Galena, where are you going?
I'll scurry on forward. Am I picking up anything with me tremor sense yet, just out of interest?
Okay. As you scurry forward, you drop to one knee and place your hand against the ground again. You feel something moving in this direction, like in the darkness. And as you kind of turn with your eyes closed and you turn your head to look at it, Victor, you sense something moving as well in this direction. It appears that the creature has turned invisible and is attempting to sneak up on you.
I'll just make eye contact with anyone who happens to be looking in my direction and kind of motion over to where it is.
What does Milia do?
I am trying to stay in the middle as many people as possible.
Okay. Comstock, what do you do?
Comstock's going to stay near Victor to throw a shield up if something comes flying at him.
Okay. Haladradis steps up behind you.
I'm going to stand here between some 5 feet from both of them. She can owe me one if I save her life.
Haladradis approaches behind you, Victor, and can you see it?
So what I like to do actually is get a torch, and I like to throw the torch down.
Okay.
So I get another torch, light it up, and I want to throw it. I don't know. Around here.
Around there. Okay.
And
right about there.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay,
I'm going to throw a torch. Let me know if you see anything. It will be quite difficult to spot.
That is your. So
That's
the
bright.
circle for everyone is bright light. Okay, so you throw down a torch which illuminates brightly that light, and then it creates dim around it. Okay, as you throw the torch, Haladradis will make a perception check.
Ooh.
rolls a crit.
Oh.
We need to take away the DM's dice. I mean, this is good for us, but that's way too many. Like throughout so far this season, there's been too many
Getting
crits for the
weird.
DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haladra, so you throw the torch, Anton, Victor, and as it clatters to the ground and kind of lights up that cave area, Haladradis notices an ever so slight flicker of incorrectly behaving light across the form of this invisible creature. She smiles and, "Got you," she says. And as she goes to cast a spell, she says to you, "I'll highlight it," she says.
This is where the second one appears at the side, and she gets to go clever girl.
Ooh, yeah.
Everyone, roll me initiative.
Ooh.
Goddamn.
No.
No.
13.
Oh, a 4.
Wait.
Abby has brilliant
Yeah.
initiative.
There's
Adina
at
crit.
least
Nice.
one
Oh.
crit.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm so ready.
Okay. In which case, top of the round, Galena, what do you do?
Cool. Is Haladradis casting a thing?
She is, but she initiated combat, but she's not gonna get to cast it until, unless you're happy to wait a turn.
Yeah, I will hold a ray of sickness to shoot at it after Haladradis' turn.
Okay, in which case, as Haladradis tells you all that she's about to cast a spell, Victor, you feel something rush towards you. You feel something leap at the last moment, and you feel something charge you.
It's a baby chimera.
So with advantage because it's invisible.
No.
Come on.
What the fuck,
Come
Dan?
on, Dan.
Oh,
Dan.
That's a 1 or a 20 is what I roll.
Hold on. I'm in bright light at the moment.
Perfectly
right?
symmetrical violence.
Oh no. Okay. It deals.
Wait,
That-
does
wait,
Comstock have
it
some sort of
deals.
thing?
Dan,
7
question,
less.
Yeah.
The question, am I in bright light?
Yes, I'm right next to you with a light source.
Fuck. Damn it!
You like crouch down in the darkness and then she just walks up behind you with the sword.
I'm hidden! I'm so hidden! Fuck!
So I mean, as this thing charged, I imagine Comstock managed to at least bash it slightly to lessen the blow, but I guess one of its
good.
horns still clips you.
Sure.
How many? 21.
So it's
Still a
28
lot.
damage normally, plus
Oh, for God's sake.
-7.
another
Oh.
19
I'm sorry,
from the
what?
charge.
So where do you want to take the -7 off? The 28 or the 19?
That's
Doesn't matter.
total.
I just go straight to 0. Done. Alright, cool.
Oh, no.
You automatically fail the strength save and you are knocked prone.
Yes.
You watch Comstock. You sense something leaping from the floor, and you try to bring your shield up, but you watch as Victor's jacket is punctured in 3 spots, and he's thrown back a good few feet. In fact, he just slides to Milia's feet. And where he was, you see what appear to be 3 antler-like spikes coated in blood. As this creature charges into Victor invisibly.
Wow.
It then swings at you, Comstock, for 23 to hit.
Yes.
God.
What are your
13
rolls right
damage.
now?
Damn, Dan, did you ever think that maybe making an invisible creature might have been a faux pas on your part?
No, I mean it's a fantastic apex predator. Slashes at you
This is
for
what we
13
get for a
damage,
talking horse.
and it then lashes with its tail at Haladradis.
What the fuck is going on?
For another crit.
I mean, she can kill her, that's fine.
Thank you very much right now, dear Dan. I mean, Saladron is
Hell.
23 damage.
Again,
and
I stress the point. Do you think maybe an invisible creature might have been a bit too much with its advantages on all attacks?
Nah.
He's been getting crits the whole time. Doesn't matter whether it's got fucking an advantage or not.
But at least he's rolling with advantage. He has more chance at getting crits.
Yeah, seems fair. Haladradis watches as Victor is skewered and slumps to the ground. Comstock, you're raked out the way, kind of have to step heavily on your right foot as the creature claws at you. And then this tail whips out. Haladradis kind of doesn't notice what's happening, and then it round her throat. And you see it drop to one knee, and you can't really see, there's a light distortion around her neck, but you see something tighten around her neck. Cool. That's the end of the Chimera's
Dan,
turn.
hold on a minute. So the total damage is 2d12 plus
2d6.
plus 28.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Carry on. Carry on.
Is Haladradis alive?
Yeah.
Currently?
She is. Her eyes are
Yeah.
boggling out of her head, but
All right.
the horse, the bear, doesn't really know what's going on, but can see stuff happening. Charges forward and swings with his face and hits.
Hey.
Hits on a 15, rolls normal damage, 7 damage.
And why couldn't horse crit, huh? Where's your magical DM dice now, huh?
You thought critical hits for your ally.
No,
rolls,
I'm not doing
rolls
this again.
Rolls a 22 with disadvantage.
You're gonna have
with
to
its
do
claws.
Jesus.
Like this bear, it's going in for the rematch with this thing, and it means business. It tears into it for 16 damage.
That's a max damage roll, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it is. Yeah, I can't do maths. I'm gay.
So
Doesn't the thing roll now on Constitution? Concentration?
yeah, you are right. Let's do that.
Yeah, give us some advantage here, mate.
It passes and is still invisible. But so you watch as the bear runs forward, like its snout sniffing as it goes, and as it reaches the end of the edge of the 10-foot drop, it rears up on its rear legs, lets out a deafening roar, which reverberates the cave around you, and then it starts laying into this invisible mass. With its claws and teeth tearing into it for 23 damage in total. Victor,
yes.
please make me your first death saving throw.
Yes, death save. Hey, 18.
Okay, you are no closer to death. Comstock, you've been batted aside, but you have a pretty good idea where this creature is. You can see blood lingering in the air. It appears to be relatively held in place as it's holding, you can see Haladradis is being held by it. What do you do?
So, the fact that there's blood in its antlers, it's probably got some raking down the side. Is it still going to be with disadvantage to attack it, or can we sort of say with
yes,
everything?
It is with disadvantage, yeah.
Well, there's not much I can do about that other than roll with disadvantage and hope for the best. Nope.
Okay, so you take a swing at where you imagine it's the majority of its mass is, but your sword swings through air. You don't know if the creature moved out the way or not, but yeah, you don't hit anything. Is there anything else you're doing?
Well, I can't hit it, so there's little I can do, unfortunately.
Okay.
The melee character is pretty much locked out.
In which case, as she's being choked around the neck, she just about manages to whisper
Power kill?
the last words of her incantation.
And that means
cast.
Galena gets her stuff thrown.
I hope so.
Well, if it appears.
As Haladradis, like her staff explodes out into kind of pink motes of energy, and the Chimera rolls a 4.
Yes.
And I will simply reveal it.
This dice is swingy today.
Okay, so the Chimera illuminates as it appears in front of you, and you can see that it's kind of it stood on pretty much on the edge of the 10-foot drop. Its tail is arcing over, wrapping around Haladradis's throat. Comstock, you're stood in the inverted commas shadow of this pink outlined creature. The head, like the antlers on the top of the elk's head, which dominates the center of the creature's face. Like the glowing yellow eyes look at you. The owl head you see swiveling, and the snake head just kind of regarding you all in turn. And from through gasping breaths, you hear the Majani wizard whisper, "Get them!" Milia, what do you do?
Can I shoot it, please?
Yeah.
With my held action.
Yes, sorry, Galena, go.
Thanks. Don't know why wizards have to be so flashy. Load a hollow glass needle into my little crossbow. Pew pew. Level 1.
And you have advantage if it's an attack roll.
It is indeed. 20.
20 to hit does it.
Yay. 10 poison damage.
10 poison damage. Okay, the creature
It must also make a Constitution 14 saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yes.
Not
sure what this voice is.
Passes.
Piss.
So it is not poison, but it screeches like the owl head screeches as it staggers to the side slightly. So that was Galena's held action. Milia, what do you do?
Just duck down to Victor. Go, get up, we need you, get up, please. First level cure wounds.
Okay.
Sweet.
It is 5 healing. That was fucking trash.
5 healing.
But he's up.
Take it.
So,
Wait, are you an angel?
So, Victor, the 3 puncture holes in your chest kind of crudely scab up, so you're no longer hemorrhaging blood, and you come to life. Like you open your eyes, there's a painful breath fills your lungs.
It's the best I can do for now, please.
Anything else, Milia?
That's it.
Okay. Mr. Dribbles. Dribbles with his heroism. Wait, heroism? Who gave him heroism? Addy gave him heroism.
Me, yeah.
Heroism gives him. So
Extra.
first off, he gains.
He's still got the 10 hit points from this.
He gains 4 temp hit points for your heroism. And you watch as this horse goes charging around you. And was the dragon breath a bonus?
Yeah, Dragon Breath is bonus.
Whoa.
Look in your face.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh, oh no, it's
Chimera
an
fails the
bonus
step
action,
save and takes
Mr. Dribbles!
13.
He's leading the caravan from now on.
God. I tell you what,
Oh boy.
they're like
Now
the
on,
NPC
the front of the fucking
animals.
caravan.
The caravan animals are doing better than
Why
us.
are we here?
I know, right? It should just be the adventures of Horse the Bear and Dribbles the Horse from here on out. We are just fucking baggage, you know?
We need to do a one shot with those two just on an adventure.
Yeah. Oh god, yes.
Dan, Victor sucks. Can I play Mr. Dribbles, please?
Right. So
Don't say Dribbles kills it. Please don't say Dribbles kills it, because that would be so anticlimactic, but also so fucking awesome.
So
If this horse just sits there and goes,
this is
to goo.
this is the Chimera's hit points
Was this before or after Dribbles?
before. So, you watch.
Dribbles gets a fucking medal when we get
You
back.
watch as Mr. Dribbles the horse, shouting a war cry in common as he goes. An intelligence 2 war cry. Barrels into this chimera, like smacks it away with his head. The chimera turns to look to him and sort of like unleashes a roar as like the elk head turns to look to him, and then Mr. Dribble stops at the 10-foot edge and then and vomits on the chimera. You watch as the chimera, like splashed by this acid, staggers back a few steps, screaming and screeching, before taking 13 damage and dying.
Oh my god! That's like the perfect revenge story, you know?
Yeah.
That is the perfect
Yeah.
revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the
Comstock standing
horses.
on the edge, watching this creature dissolve as it steps back, and after it
Yeah.
splats, he just nope.
So you watch as this acid splashes across the elk's face specifically, and you see the skin like blistering and bubbling as it boils away. And the horse just kind of like is jumping from side to side. Victor, you're looking up thinking, what's happening? As you, like, with your lifeblood splattered across the ground, this horse just sort of like, oh god, yeah, with its front hooves. The chimera, screeches, thrashes about, and then kind of slumps to the ground, and you can see like the flesh and muscle beginning to dissolve on the side of its face.
After
Live
noting
by the horse,
Comstock,
die by the horse.
Comstock turns to Haladradis and is like, "As your head of security, I would like this as my personal horse, please."
Mr. Dribble's just like,
Here's my horse.
Mr. Dribble's just like, that was for my brother, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
My brother
the
Bear.
horse. My brother Bear.
Addy,
I just received a message from Tilda saying Mr. Dribble's the best companion.
Addy, what do you do on your turn? Are you applauding? You're applauding the horse.
Insert
And
clap.
I'm just gonna.
The horse is going, I did it! I did it! I
Yes,
did it!
it.
You did,
Yeah.
Dribbers. You did. He reaches into a bag. He's like,
I want some food! I did it!
"Hey, good berries."
I've got one measly little good berry left because I've like given most of them to Horse the Bear and a few
And
to Milia. So I'm gonna pull out the last of my good berries and be like, "Oh, Dribbles, you have more than earned this," and sort of flick it towards him.
Okay, so Mr. Dribbles gets 1 hit point back. Galena, what do you do?
Okay. Well, in-game, Galena doesn't know that she's still in initiative. So I guess I will probably start working at this crystal and seeing if I can get a bit of it.
Mm-hmm. If I do this, it is just kind of lying on the floor, very
Bubbling.
dead. There we go. There we go. Just even got the blood splat. How prudent. Okay, so Galena, you're trying to poke at some crystals. The ones that you're stood by, yes.
Yes, please.
So
yeah,
the
I want to see
crystals
if I can work
themselves
some off the
are-
wall with a dagger or something.
Sure. So the crystals themselves are kind of blue in hue. They remind you of the crystals that were surrounding Lawkeeper Akolf's sarcophagus. Give me a survival check.
Okie doke. Probably trying to sort of position myself between Haladradis and the crystals, just to obscure what I'm doing a bit, but like not making that much of a big deal about it.
Sure.
Survival. 8.
Okay. You reach for them, and as you touch them, you like there's some sort of shock which repels your fingers away and makes your fingertips go numb.
Oh, that's interesting.
Anything else, Galena?
I'm guessing that's my action.
Mm.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna carry on with this. I mean, seems fine to me.
Okay.
Oh, I might just turn around and be like, someone should probably find Bark.
That's a good point.
Yeah, on it. Also, DM, by the way, DM Dan,
Yes.
please say the thumbnail for this episode is going to be Mr. Dribbles. You know it has to be. It has to be.
Oh, Mr. Dribble is the real goat this episode, isn't he?
No, he's a horse.
Hey.
Oh.
So,
But not
As
Bear the
you-
horse.
as you say that,
Uh-oh.
Bok will join the initiative, and you hear a hello. Horse the bear, just who's still kind of stood on his on his hind legs.
He's
drops
also
to all
noping the fuck out.
and just kind of just starts like licking his paw, absent-mindedly. And then you hear hello, hello, and you see a little goblin stride out, looking a bit beaten and battered. Oh, thank the dragons, it's you. You've killed it. Oh, well done, you. Who was it who delivered the final blow?
It was the horse. It was our new companion, Mr. Dribbles. Bok, would you mind doing me a quick favor?
He can talk, by the way.
Say hello, Dribbles.
Hi, says the horse.
Bok, could you grab that torch and just chuck it on the body, please?
Sure.
Let's just make sure.
Bok. I don't know about that. Oh god. Oh no. And he delicately picks up the torch that you threw down, Victor, which he has to step over, step round its antlers, and are you sure he's dead? And he grabs
That's what
the
we
torch.
want to burn it.
And he stood there with the torch, and at this point, he looks perplexed. Here, have you seen what's happening to its blood? He says.
No.
Who is the most astute of you? Victor. Well, Victor and Comstock, you're both high enough perception that you notice that the blood seems to be crystallizing.
Galena, you may want to get over and have a look at this.
Interesting.
And Comstock, as you say that, and Bok kind of looks at you, I'm going to throw the torch on now. Comstock, you notice as the blood seems to be sliding across the floor back towards the creature. And Bok takes a look up at you and, no, that's not right. And as you all watch, in a matter of moments, the blood soaks back up into the Chimera.
No.
Red crystals
No.
burst from
Nope.
its form
No.
as it
No, they don't.
rears
No, they
itself
don't.
up.
Thick.
Can we get rid of this creature? Can we just
Yeah.
get rid of it? It needs to
And-
go. It's time to go.
Galena, you notice that the crystals around the room all begin glowing much more intensely. So as this transformed crystalline chimera reaches back up, and you can see where the blood, the slashes across its body from the bear and from Comstock, all of the red and scarlet that was matted into its fur seems to have crystallized into hard crystal. The broken antlers have been kind of replaced with these crystalline growths. Some of the feathers seem to be mineral in nature, but as it looks up to you and screams, Victor, what do you do?
Oh no.
This is not good for my asthma.
And we'll take the gun and just shoot the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. Is it still under fairy fire?
It is.
Alright.
Oh.
Hey, look at that. Hey, small wins. Advantage, go. 25 to hit. Hits.
That is a hit.
Am I going to... No, fuck it. Damage. Normal. 5 points of
Oh.
damage. It's a low roll.
Okay. So you oh god, like fire your rifle at it. It like fires through. It punches a hole through one of its wings, and it doesn't really seem to recognize the blow, but the damage is done. Anything else, Victor?
I will move, but carry on. I'll just move myself.
Okay.
Gotta get it from prone.
Comstock.
Yeah, true. Well, probably. Did I get off in between moments?
Yeah,
Would I have gotten
that's
up?
fine.
Okay.
So you can move away 15.
Comstock looks at it as like, someone better throw me some healing here, as he leaps down at it.
How am I supposed to throw you healing if you fuck off?
You have healing word, don't you?
No!
Who has healing word?
I did, but I don't anymore.
Son of a bitch!
I
Well,
did, but I don't anymore.
Comstock doesn't know how many.
I used to, but I got rid of it.
Comstock doesn't know how many like spell slots you lot have.
Go, Comstock, go! You brave boy.
Alright. Wait, it'll crit you again, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Let's do the
17.
17. That is a hit. So yeah, the creature kind of, as it bellows and roars at you, the warbles, like the roar warbles in its throat, and you notice that the crystals glow a bit brighter as it screams. But yeah, roll for damage.
I will hit it for 8.
Mm-hmm.
I will throw on an unwavering mark.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, nice. That's useful.
Slasher.
Okay, so
I mean, not Slash is going to do much here, but you know,
its
reduces
speed
movement by 10
is
feet.
reduced. Okay, very good. Anything else, Comstock?
That will be all for now, because I have nothing left in the tank.
Okay. Haladradis looks at it and what is this? And she kind of looks to you, Victor, as like she's never seen anything. It's clear she's never seen anything like this before.
It's just an old bloke.
And
I would have moved down. I'm behind the pillar. I can't. How do
Behind
I
the pillar, yeah.
select? Yeah, a bit.
yeah, so Haladradis looks to you and she will.
Quick, Gorpin, start slinging spells!
She runs forward, hops down within claw's reach of the thing, and she stands there, adopts a wide stance, and don't worry, I only need one go, she says, and casts a cone of cold.
Huh?
Good.
And you watch as she pulls runes out, like runes form in her hand as she pulls it away from the tip of her staff, and as she slams the staff on the ground and like blows into it, the runes turn into this cone of snow and ice and sleet, and it like flies towards the Chimera and buffets it. It will take a con save. It passes.
Ooh.
It takes half of 20 damage.
There.
So, yeah, she blasts the Chimera. Like, you see ice freezing on its wings as it kind of roars as the like pieces of ice stab into it. And as she stops the spell, looking quite smug, she then, like, her eyes will open wide as she realizes she's done barely anything to it. 20 on 2d8. That was a
Awful.
Terrible roll.
That was a mild roll. And then she catches a breath in her throat. Milia, what do you do?
Fucking shaking, step forward and just, I'm padlock on my side, dagger out, point the pommel towards it, fireball.
Okay. Roll to hit with advantage.
Oh, yeah. 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh,
2 fire damage.
2 fire damage. And this, your flare impacts into its side, and the owl like lets out a screech. Anything else on your turn, Milia?
That's it.
Okay. As the flame impacts into you, it has reared up and it goes to slash at Haladradis, which I believe is with disadvantage. Okay. It rolls a 17 to hit, which hits, and it deals 19 damage.
Haladradis
And
doesn't
as
have
Haladra-
shield.
She does, but it's almost like she spent all of her. Oh, yeah, she could spell. She will desperately cast shield with a second level slot.
Yay.
You just cost me a second attack.
Haladradis brings her staff up and a blue dome appears over her as this claw like pierces through the shield, but the padding of the foot doesn't make it through, and she like holds it up.
If she had got damaged, they would have been able to attack it twice next turn.
Oh no.
Mr. Dribbles.
Dribbles.
Dribbles comes clip-clopping in, and where's he gonna go? He's gonna scoot behind you, Comstock, and he's first gonna oh, come up, come here, and rolls an 18 to hit. I don't even need the advantage. Mr.
You might as well
Dribbles
take
is
it
a
in
force
case he
unto
crits,
himself.
because if he crits, that'll be amazing.
Oh yeah, if he crits.
Oh.
He doesn't
Oh.
crit. No. He
Right.
still does 10 damage. And then he's gonna
Yeah.
it's just right. Okay, he fails on a 5, takes 9 damage.
Oh.
The acidic vomit.
Mr. Dribbles OP.
Mr. Dribbles is OP.
He's doing so much more damage than
As
us.
this horse, voms up. Like, this horse is just going to pass out from over purging. Addy,
Oh
I mean, you might as well go home at this rate.
Okay, Addie sort of looks within herself and realizes that she's really not got much left, and she looks at her staff and thinks this thing's probably bloody useless. And then she remembers that she has a very specific skill, and she sees how well Horse the bear and Dribbles the horse are doing. So she's going to join the party, and she's going to wild shape into a giant lizard. And she's gonna get out of that thing.
Yes.
A giant lizard.
A giant lizard.
Okay. Wild shape.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Victor, you glance over your shoulder as this 7-foot tall keeper just drops to all fours and turns into what I can only describe as
throat swells,
throat swells into almost like this massive monitor lizard of some description.
And is it okay if I move before I do that, so I can get
Absolutely.
as close to Mr. Man as possible?
So you'd be there basically just behind Comstock when you transform.
Cool, great. And then I'm gonna go bite the shit out of him.
So the bite is only 5 foot, unfortunately. So you're just out of range.
Not quite close enough, am I?
Not quite close enough, no, 35 foot away. But you are certainly a lizard, and I mean,
Can I prep an attack just in case it does go for me?
if it comes at you, absolutely.
Yeah.
In which case, at the end of its turn, your turn, sorry, it will lash out with its tail at Comstock. Normal attack, 25 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 10 damage as the tail. So the tail, you notice as the tail comes round, is now instead of the kind of the scaled tail that it had before, it now ends with what appear to be razor sharp crystals, which slash you for 10 slashing damage. And it like wraps around you, and the crystals like tighten into you. So that's the end of Addie's turn. It will then move, dragging you with it, Comstock. And as it kind of slides round, the elk head with these kind of red crystalline protrusions emerging from its head, and sort of like the melted flesh on the side of its face, kind of cracking and crackling as the crystalline blood like breaks as it moves around, and it looks to you, it looks to the group of you with these blood red eyes, and the elk head rears back and it spews out a flurry of red crystalline shards. So Horse and Addy the Lizard, Mr. Dribbles and Addy the Lizard need to take dexterity saves.
Oh no. Oh no.
Mr. Dribbles fails.
No!
He's dead.
Where's those temps?
Oh no. 9.
And the two of you from the surprise attack take...
Whoa!
That's a dead horse.
Not Mr.
And-
Dribbles.
He's a named player, so he gets death saves.
Yeah.
And Mr. Dribbles, point blank, is shredded
Oh
by the red crystalline pieces.
No.
no, Mr.
Addy.
Dribbles.
Unfortunately,
Why?
you
Oh.
are impacted by these sharp red, like they're almost like flying daggers, which impact into you. Unfortunately, that's going to knock you out of wild form and then splash
Oh.
over a further.
I
10
didn't even get to
damage.
bite him.
No.
Oh. Okay. So I take 10. I carry 10 damage over, don't I?
Yeah, so I've dropped you down to 15 already.
Thank you. Bloody hell.
It then
Oh, wait.
charges forward.
That will trigger my unwavering mark for my next ability because he's done damage to someone other than me.
Okay. He then moves forward. Sorry, now with Comstock in tow, and moves up to Horse the Bear.
Addy gets a attack opportunity.
Addy gets an attack of opportunity. Yep.
Okay. Has to be a melee attack, doesn't it? I can't do a spell as a.
With advantage.
Can hit it with
Oh, do you
the
still have your
shillelagh.
shillelagh up?
Yeah. So yeah, I've still got shillelagh, so I'll hit it.
Hey.
9.
But you got advantage, so roll again.
Oh. Forgot about that. 18.
Hey.
18 is a hit. Roll for damage.
11.
Nice.
11 damage. Very nice.
Chunky.
Okay. So
Get away from my bear!
It charges Horse the Bear with its antlers, crystalline antlers down. It rolls disadvantage. So that is an 8 to hit, and Horse manages to skip out the way, like Comstock, as you like you pull on the creature's tail to pull it off kilter. And as that happens, like Comstock, you can see that this creature's had new wounds, and the blood that's kind of spilling out of it seems to be kind of crystallizing almost as soon as it kind of reaches fresh air. But you also watch as the ice that's hanging off it begins to melt. At the start of its
Fucking
turn,
hell.
Look, good.
Okay.
Kill it with fire.
it gains
Put
10
all the
hit
fire.
points back.
What?
We're level
Galena.
3.
Yeah,
what do you do?
I'm getting to a point now where I'm like, we're level 3, man.
Okay.
We're spent, and you're regenerating?
Right.
You
Galena.
killed Dribbles, god damn it!
It flies, it regenerates, it's invisible,
invisible.
and it kills Dribbles.
Dan, I'm happy if you want me to use like an action or bonus action or something in order to have a bit of a think, but do I, from my bioarcane studies of these crystals, have any idea what the fuck is going on, and like if it's going to stay dead this time, etc.?
It's almost roll me a nature check.
Nature.
Oh no,
Alright.
a nature or arcana. Your call.
Ooh, lovely. My nature is mediocre, my arcana is pretty good. Let's do that. It's not very good today.
In the heat of the moment, you have no idea what's happening.
Okay.
Like, this thing is like Haladradis is like her eyes are bugging out her head. She has no idea what's going on. This
Roll.
is the first time you've ever heard or seen of something doing whatever is happening to this. But
All right. Nice.
the only thing you notice is that the crystals that are sprouting from this creature at an alarming rate are blood red.
Cool. Nice. I will run to here and take my crossbow and a quiver of bolts and huck them with my little arms towards Bok.
You're throwing your crossbow to Bok, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll like a dex check. Like, just roll a dex check and then we'll add your proficiency. Because you're just like, you're throwing it, just so we know how far Bok has to run to catch this thing.
Okay. Plus proficiency.
Yeah. Bounces off Haldras's head.
Yes. You roll a 1, you accidentally shoot Haladradus as it clatters to the floor.
Hook.
You throw it. And
I've only got little arms.
We'll say that it just clears Haladradus, so it's lying to the side of her. Okay. Anything else, Galena?
Nah, I'll just shout, Bok, that's yours!
Okay. Horse the bear cares not for this tomfoolery and rears up on his hind legs again and makes one bite with his teeth with advantage. 25 to hit.
Yes.
For 6 damage. And with his claws, 17 to hit for 9 damage. So a total of 15 as he starts taking chunks out of this Chimera. Bok runs over to the crossbow and you hear, like, he mutters to himself, it's not as big as that ballista was going to be, he says. But he will...
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbow, thank you very much. He's going to shoot. Yeah. Advantage. Okay, and he... and the crossbow bolt just flies off. And he looks at you, your crossbow's broken! He shouts.
Better not be!
Victor, this thing is rampaging. Actually, at the end of Bok's turn, this thing is rampaging and it will use its claw attacks on horse.
No!
19 to hit. Or 18 to hit.
Son of a bitch.
For 18 damage.
That's had enough of our animal companions.
The bear roars as the Chimera like claws at it with its front legs. Yes, Victor, what do you do?
Okay, Victor, you can do this. Steady aim, hold breath, press trigger, go.
Oh, 22 to hit.
22's a hit.
Let's go. Damage. Normal. 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay. And as you fire, you see there's these crystalline growths growing off the side of the snake's head, and the shot hits the snake in the side of the face, blowing out a chunk of its like skull, and like fragments of red crystal fly out like splattering blood. But the snake's head just keeps on waving and wobbling around.
Okay, now we're almost even.
Anything else, Victor?
We're good.
Okay. Comstock. You are grappled by the tail, aren't you?
I am, but I still can attack if I'm grappled, can't I?
You can, however.
Oh, bad.
You take 2d6 plus 4 slashing damage at the start of your turn. So you take 11 damage.
Well, I'm unconscious. Thanks, Dan.
And as you go to swing, the tail tightens around and those crystals dig into you and you pass out.
This Chimera hates old people. That's what's going on.
It's
On the plus side,
discrimination.
you don't have to take a death save
It
this turn. Haladradis, she's going to panic and cast, because there's a lot of people in the way, she's going to cast a 3rd level magic missile for 5d4 plus 5. Okay.
Fine.
And she slams into it. 5 bolts do 16 damage.
It's better than a cone of cold.
Yes.
It was better than the cold thing.
The Chimera, at the end of her turn, will shift and bring Addy into contact with it. Milia, what do you do?
So I'm gonna turn around to Victor and just say, "You brought it here. If any of these people die, I will kill you myself."
What do you mean I brought it here? You get into the cave! I told you not to go into the cave!
Not listening. Jumps down. Comes around. Bonus action quicken spell. 2nd level cure wounds. Comstock.
Hey.
Okay.
7 health. Fuck me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna knock me out next turn.
Oh boy. 2 2s.
Unless we can kill it. But thank you for the heal.
Okay. So
Main-
Comstock, you kind of open your eyes again as this healing floods your body.
Is he still in the tail or is he dropped?
Yeah.
Still currently in the tail.
Oh no.
Main action. I've got a
yes.
dagger in my hand.
And I stab into it. Okay,
Yep.
roll to hit.
Yeah, do it. Do it again.
13.
13.
Infallible.
You go to stab at it, but it swats you away with one of its wings.
Infallible. My Ace of our racial feat.
Yes.
Lineage feat. I can add a d4 to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw that I make.
You can indeed.
So I'm going to use that. 2 brings it to
2.
15.
Which is a hit. Roll for damage.
Okay. 6 piercing.
Okay, in which case you go to lunge at it, it swings its wing out, and at the last moment you like bend at the back, and the wing swoops over you, and now you're in its area, like in its space, and you jump up and slam the dagger into its flank, roughly it slides between its rib cages, and the creature roars. Anything else, Milia?
No one is dying here today.
Okay. And as you say that, you notice that what color is your magic when you heal someone?
Like a sort of sunlight yellow.
So you notice that the blood red crystals seem to be absorbing this sunlight yellow glow, similar to how they seem to absorb the bluish ice magic from Haladradis a few moments ago. And you realise it seems to be beginning. Well, it looks like it's going to regenerate again. Before that happens, though, Addy, what do you do?
Well, if at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. And I'm about to give this stupid monster a bit of its own bloody medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use my final wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to turn into a bloody elk. And then I'm going to move 20 feet back.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to move 20 feet back. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do. I'm moving back 20 and then I'm going to charge and ram this bastard.
It's going to swing at you if you're going to step back.
Which could knock you out of it.
So I'm assuming you're ducking away as Addy.
Yeah.
20 foot, then transforming and then running at it.
Yes.
Okay. In which case, for a moment, let's restore you so we know how many hit. You've got 15 hit points. Are you happy to? Okay.
Oh, bugger it. Why not? Let's give it a go.
Okay.
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh, spicy.
Hey!
Hell.
It misses you, Addy, as you leap out the way of it. You then transform into an elk.
Yep.
And
I'm going to charge and ram.
You charge back in.
I approve.
Make your attack roll with advantage.
This is the way.
Okay.
Gotta hit it.
Whatever
first.
happened to Victor, do the same thing.
Okay, 20.
Yeah!
Or, because you have advantage.
Oh, crit.
Okay. Do that again.
I'll lose my mind.
Oh, yes. 20.
We'll
Still
do that.
20.
20 is a hit.
Yeah.
Roll for damage on both the ram and the charge.
Okay. So the damage on the charge is 7 and the ram is 6.
Okay. In which case, as you charge in, the creatures kind of roaring, the three heads turn to regard Milia and Comstock. And you, Milia, you can see that the wounds are beginning to like clot over with these red crystals. And Addy, as you come in with your head down, your antlers forward, talk me through how this happens.
Okay, as I'm coming in, head down, antlers forward, I am looking directly into the crystallized elk eyes of the Chimera. And as I go in, I am just charging full forward, and I want the tip of those antlers to go straight in through those eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah, come.
No, that's it. That's what I want. You can embellish the rest.
In which case, you will watch as the elk's antlers, as they strike the Chimera's eyes, the eyes shatter like gemstones, and you see these horns punch out the back of the elk's head. As Comstock, you're dropped as the tail like unwinds, and you watch as the elk carries the Chimera a few steps to some rocks just behind you, Milia, and with a final thud, pretty much the full length of the antler horns skewer through the creature's heads. Where they're wide, they also skewer the owl and the snake. So the snake gets one up through the bottom jaw, and the owl gets one through the side of the skull. The creature thrashes and roars and tries to swing at you, but where you've got it pinned with your antlers, it can't quite reach you. And as you pull back, like a crystal red substance coating your elk horns, it thrashes a bit and then slumps to the ground, and you watch as the blood streams out of its wounds. The creature becomes this crystalline mass that looks very reminiscent of the other crystals in the cave. And as you take a step back, huffing and puffing, the creature is dead.
I'll only believe you when you stop the initiative.
Hey.
We
How
may
quickly
have killed
summons
it.
a healing spell on Dribbles.
I think it dribbles his pieces now.
Dribbles is Chunks.
Oh,
Mr.
Dribbles.
Chunks.
Oh.
What did Dribbles ever do to you, DM Dan?
Can we still eat dribbles though?
Yes.
No.
You have some rations.
I'm not
So-
sure if that's a good idea.
As you all stand around looking a bit bewildered, like Haladradis among your number, she turns to you and, What was that? She says, a bit dazed and confused.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Anyone with blood on yourselves or your weapons, clean it off.
You watch as, sure enough, the blood that seems to be oozing out of this chimera, as it spreads out, it just seems to be like a chemical reaction, just like crystallizing, like frost creeping along a pane of glass.
Cool. I rub my antlers into the ground to try and get it off. Fuck that.
Sure.
Hold my hand up. Get you up, floor.
Are we sure it's dead this time?
Hand on your shoulder, cure wounds.
Thank you.
Yeah, to look at it as the thing, like you can see these red crystals sprouting out of it, almost like fungi, like a fungal infection. And
healing.
within a few moments,
Thank you.
you couldn't even recognize what it was a moment ago.
You okay, Victor?
Yeah. You know, it's good for the chest sometimes to let some air in. That's perfect. What about me?
Can I try
Thank
and
you,
do some
Milia.
just conventional medicine on Victor and just
Yeah, you can do a medicine check.
get him bandaged up and a bit
soothe
less
his bones.
bad?
I will cast Goodberry, and I will eat a bunch of them.
Okay.
Not wrong.
Just
Throw him down the round, Pac-Man your way across.
Halajardis turns to look to you, Galena. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Nothing with these crystals. And I've been looking into these things. I thought they were spontaneous. I thought it was the magic entering the world, not... I need to study this. This is very strange.
She looks around the cave and... Yes, you're right. We're definitely going to have to study these closer.
Mind me asking something? I'm not exactly magically inclined, but it bloody well looks to me that potentially maybe magic is a little corrupted.
Halajardis nods. It would seem so. It would seem so, Sir Comstock.
It's acting like a sickness, almost. Look at it, spreading around, feeding where it can and growing stronger. If this thing is a product of it, potentially something in the eschaton made the world sick.
I think you're close, Comstock, but it's not just sickness that spreads and grows stronger and feeds on everything it can. It's life. It's almost like this is alive.
You notice that Halajardis appears to be lost in thought. Victor, what are you making of all this?
Victor's not too interested in crystals. He's kind of busy patching himself up, I guess.
Sure. Bok takes a step forward and thank you all for saving me. And he looks around and he notices like the bones of like small and not so small animals kind of littering the cave, and it would appear that my chances of survival would be significantly slimmer if you lot hadn't been here. So thanks for that.
You're part of the group, Bok. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, thank you. I will cheers. Thanks. And he's clearly kind of wigged out as he's pacing, and he gets his foot caught in some cobwebs. Stick to his shit.
Maybe want to spend a little bit more time down the range there, Bok.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking I can make some improvements to this thing. Give it a bit more accuracy. It doesn't seem to fly particularly straight, but I mean, I'm just gonna, maybe we can continue this talk outside. Yeah, but I will meet you outside. You see him struggle to get up that 10-foot slope, but he eventually manages to roll up, and maybe you can have this conversation when I'm not, stood in giant cobwebs.
Comstock looks to Halajardis. I think we're far more underprepared than we believed ourselves to be.
You appear to be correct, Sir Comstock.
When we get back, I think it's prudent that we not rush off and maybe spend some time training, making ourselves a little bit stronger.
She looks to you and nods. She casts an eye to the shredded horse behind you and Milia, and, well, you should head back, and I think... she looks to Addie, who's now an elk, and she pulls her face as if to say, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Well, if you don't mind, Lady Keeper, I'm sure someone could ride on your back to the caravan.
Halajardis, before we move on...
Yes?
And it's very important that you answer me as fully as you can. Just said we should stay around and train for a bit. How are we doing for supplies if we're going to hang around here for a while?
You notice like her attention is drawn to the crystals in the cave around her, and especially the large lump of red crystals at her feet.
And I wouldn't touch that if I were you. I'd leave it to the experts.
Absolutely. Supplies. They turns out they're running a bit low. And I will take your advice on board, Sir Comstock. Perhaps we should stick around. Come, we have much to discuss back at the caravan. And with that, she starts climbing the slopes out of the cave, leading a way out for you.
Comstock steps up next to Galena. What do you want to do about this?
Honestly, I would have taken some of this stuff to study it anyway, but maybe not just for the positives now. Pretty concerning. And we didn't trust Haladradis before. I trust her slightly less now.
We're going to have to sort out the food situation. She's underestimating how bad the problem is, isn't she?
Addy, could you be a person for a sec? Is that alright?
Yeah, I can. Although I won't be able to take anyone back to the camp if I do, just as an aside, because that is my last wild shape.
The elk shakes its big head from side to side.
Up to you.
As an elk, Addy, you can respond with yes or no answers.
Okay.
And then I sort of I kneel down and sort of gesture to my back, saying, like, you know, trying to convey the idea that, like, I need to take you back to the camp before we do anything.
You know, actually,
I have no idea what you mean, but
I speak elk. You know, let me translate for you guys, and then Addy can speak normally. It's okay. I don't mind.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
That's amazing.
Go ahead, Addy.
Okay.
And we'll translate. It will be simultaneous. Don't worry. Go ahead.
In which case, do you want to have this conversation when you're heading back or before you leave the cave?
Perfect. Before we leave the cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Haladradis and Bok leave. But yeah, the 6 of you are left alone. Well, 5 of you, including the plus the bear.
Addy said there wasn't much food left out. How much do you think we got?
Did they convey that information to me, Dan? I can't remember.
So from what you saw, the whole bag of grain that Nock and Bok were looking at in the caravan before you arrived here was blighted.
Yeah.
You've got to do this in a Victor accent, by the way, Meg.
God, no.
So yeah, the whole bag was blighted to the point where, like, it was going slimy. So
And I think you'll find Victor's got to do it in an elk accent. So
I was doing the thing. And
so it was slimy. So like a whole bag of grain. Like how much food is that in relative to our caravan? Like, would I be able to work it out?
I mean, a sack of grain would most likely have been used. Like, it would have been used for, like, breadstuffs and whatnot. When, like, the grain, and for example, would be the kind of supplies that you'd use as food once you've set up town.
Yeah.
Where you had, like, somewhere to, you know, make food. Through the, you know, Frinka's been doing okay finding, like, hunting for food, but she can't hunt for a whole town's worth of people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna convey the sort of like the simple message. We've lost a whole bag of grain.
And that was just the one bag that you saw.
And,
there was a lot of food in that cart.
Yeah. As far as I know, all the food's blighted, or all the food has been tainted. All food tainted.
I mean, that's not. We stop here and we could starve to death.
Milia, you're from a coastal town, aren't you?
Yes.
How much you know about fishing?
Not a lot. I don't know how feasible it is considering how large that cliff was, but we could try.
If anything, being by a coast gives us the chance to feed ourselves on fish, and if we get a good school, I imagine we'd be able to be fed for a little while longer while we decide our next plan, but we can't carry on like this.
We should get
Well,
back,
I
though. We
guess you're-
shouldn't hang out near these crystals too much longer.
No.
Guess you're all eating good berries for the rest of your lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll collect samples of whatever, like, bits of the Chimera. If I can get any off the wall, I'll get some of that as well. Like, whatever I can reasonably carry.
Just chunks of the crystal, yeah?
Yeah. Obviously, just, like, trying to store them as safely as I can, as usual.
Yeah, that's fair.
On the way past, Comstock gives Milia a quick tap on the arm. You did good.
No. No.
I'm still alive, aren't I? You did good. You ran in thinking about everyone else. That was brave.
What happened to Mr. Dribbles? It wasn't your fault.
I don't give a fuck about the horse. Quite frankly.
You know, I kind of liked him.
Well,
It was going to be my steed.
He still can be. He's just a bit more schlicky.
But you did something. You did something selfless. It's knightly behavior.
Means you should do it every night.
hey!
Comstock shuts his one good eye. It's like, just let it go. Just let it go.
Okay.
He nearly died as well. It's not his fault.
So, as you make your way out of the cave, you find Haladradis and has got Bok riding on her horse. And between the rest of you, between the 3 remaining horses, one of you is going to get to ride Horse the Bear, and one of you is going to get to ride on the back of Addy's elk form. You're able to make your way with some slightly less urgency back towards the camp. When you arrive back at the caravan, you notice that a number of them are the guards are kind of looking around. They're kind of they're scanning the skies to see if there's anyone else, if the creature's coming back, for example. But when they see you, there appears to be quite a happy hubbub through the caravan, and Davin rushes forward to sort of like Haladradis and thank goodness that you're okay. Oh, and you as well, he says. And oh my, you appear to have been through the ringers slightly, friends, he says as he runs up to you. Oh, Victor, someone's punched a hole in your coat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And
The creature should not be bothering us anymore.
oh, that's marvelous, he says and you hear a cry, hey, as the 2 goblin brothers kind of run up to each other and embrace. And yeah, are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. And the 2 of them just kind of wander off, chatting amongst
So
each
emotional.
other. And Frinka kind of approaches you, Milia, and are you all right?
I'm fine. Everyone made it out safe. Thanks to me, I think.
Frinka smiles and well done, girl, she says, as she kind of gives you a little squeeze on the shoulder. Haladradis summons Davin back over, and you see that the caravanners, like the tradespeople and whatnot, are just kind of loitering around. They're kind of hiding in the carriages, and it's just the guards that are kind of forming a perimeter. And you see Haladradis kind of summon over Davin and call him away for a moment. You see them.
Comstock follows.
Okay.
After the council now.
Stops, looks to you, and then roll. You see her roll her eyes, and then as you arrive,
Head of security. He needs to know. I need to know.
She tilts her head and fine. Davin, we're going to set up the town here. Our food supplies are scarce. Here, we have access to the sea, We have abundant vegetation, and the area is defensible. It would make sense. In time, access to the sea will provide us not only food, but trade routes to other encampments that we might set up along this coast. It is my advice that we set up here. Are you in agreement, Sir Comstock?
I am. Me and the other explorers were considering that as an option as well. The sea would be bountiful, if there is plenty of schools, and there doesn't appear to be much else we can go. If Haladradis is correct, and we are indeed out of food, this is our best option.
Marvellous. Davin, do you agree? And the Laravar looks to the two of you and, well, I mean, if you think it's a good idea, then absolutely. I mean,
Davin,
yes. Yes.
Make a decision. You are in charge of this caravan. Make a decision for the people. You can do this.
As you assure him that he makes the decision, do you see Haladradis' eyebrows raise slightly? And he, yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, oh, yeah, excuse me. And he kind of dashes off to one of the caravans and comes back with what appears to be a box, like a small box, a wooden box. And he plonks it on the floor and then takes a few moments to like readjust it to like the perfect angle, which makes no difference whatsoever, before standing on it. And excuse me, everyone. Hello, hi, hello. I'm Davin. You knew that. Yes, I have an announcement. I have decided that this will be the site of our new town. This will be the site of the first explorers' settlement in the times after the eschaton. So, give yourself a round of applause, everyone. We did it. Hooray for us. And yes, I guess we need to build a town, he says. And as he kind of raises his hands, no one really claps or applauds him for the weak limp, apart from Victor.
Well done! Yes, fantastic!
Haladradis just kind of nods and quietly says to him, "Well done, Davin," she says as he steps off his box. And he sort of like trots back to his lead caravan. And Haladradis looks to you, Comstock, and, well, I will leave you to it to start organising the guards for our new town, Sir Comstock, she says. You must excuse me, I have some thoughts to note down. And with that, she disappears and joins Davin in the main caravan as well.
Try not to think too hard.
So, as you hear a murmuring from the gathered caravanners, as this announcement goes out, and you see heads beginning to pop out of the various kind of caravans and wagons and kind of looking at the area, and people starting to filter out, you stand and look out over the ocean, like over the sea, off the edge of this sheer 200-foot drop. And you look at yourselves knowing that for the immediate future, this is going to be home.
Woo!
And with that, we'll call it there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh boy.
We get a long rest.
We level up.
Like,
We get an elsewhere. Ah, not an
Hey.
elsewhere.
Oh, fucking hell.
Elsewhere.
Depressing.
A thin, wiry figure in a dirty long coat approaches a large mound of red crystals, slumped up against a rock in a cave of glowing, multi-hued crystals. And as he drops to one knee and the red light illuminates a gaunt, slightly manic-looking face with piercing eyes, the face contorts into one of sadness. "Oh, my dear, what have they done to you?" he says, as he places a hand on the crystal and pulls it away. as it stings his palm. And he... Well... I suppose, he says as he stands up and slings a rifle over his shoulder. There's more where you came from. And as he turns to leave the cave, he begins whistling nonchalantly to himself in a very particular Eastern Lorivar tune.
Hey!
Congratulations, everyone,
Yay!
on completing
Hell.
session 7.
Leveling up. Yes.
Oh, we better fucking level it up after that.
You all
Huh?
receive the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
Hooray!
Right,
I
fuck.
Love a long rest.
yes. I'll take it.
And welcome to level 4.
Hey! We did level up!
We did it. We did it, boys.
Yes.
You did it.
Dying is
Well done,
worth
boys
it.
and girls. So, congratulations. When we next meet you, you'll have a town.
Yay.
How's about that, eh? You have the foundations of a new frontier town. And I can't remember if we came up with a name for it or not.
Oh, we did.
Oh, we did.
It was
New Prosper? Is that the
New
one?
Prosper.
That's it.
I like New Prosper because it sounds new.
I think we should actually pay our deepest respects to our greatest
No.
ally and call
No.
it
Dribbles.
Dribbleton.
Dribblesville.
Dribbleville.
Oh, yes, Dribbleton.
Sir
There will be-
Dribbleton.
There will be a commemorative statue.
There will be
of
a
horse
monument to Mr. Dribbles.
mid-bobbit.
It's a fountain.
Yes. Yes.
Yes!
It's a sculpture of a horse,
Glorious.
a sculpture of the Chimera. The
Okay,
Chimera's
that's
leaning
canon.
back and the horse is...
Canon. That's going in.
Yeah.
Write that down, Dan.
Horse.
Make sure you make a note of that.
Yeah.
Found.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe that will be season 2 when the city's better established, or the town's better established.
Lord
No,
I mean,
no. Do you know what? Fuck the food problem. That fountain's the first thing we're building.
I mean,
Lord
Galena's going to put
Dribble,
something together with
protector of the
Mold Earth, like,
Yes,
in,
oh
in the
yes.
meantime.
Amazing.
You know how
So-
every city has a founder? We have it. There
Yeah.
we go.
It was
No,
Mayor-
no, we don't.
Mayor
we do.
Dribbles.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mayor
yeah,
Dribbles.
we do have a founder. It's Drevin.
No, Dribbles. Like,
I'd rather
Dribbles.
Dribbles.
Dribbles the horse founder.
He was far more competent.
I'm kind of
Any
sad.
of
Because, I'm
Yeah.
kind of sad because unfortunately I'm not going to be able to like enjoy the town to start with. This unfortunately I will not be here for the next like few weeks because by the time this video comes out, I decided to multi-class into parent.
Bad decision.
Oh.
Rogue
What's your
was
hand
what
size
you
for that?
wanted.
I will
Rogue
not. I
is
will
what
not
you
be
wanted.
around for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately,
You're getting your own
but
Mr.
when-
Dribbles.
I will be getting my own Mr. Dribbles and my own like vomiting horse person.
Mm.
But I can't wait to come back and see how we have burnt the town down because I imagine that's what we're
Absolutely,
going to do.
Oh, it's going to be
Comstock-
chaos.
Comstock's going to be pulled into back-to-back security meetings
Yep.
for the new town while everyone else is out adventuring. But yes, congratulations, Carl. Congratulations, Tilda.
Yes, yes.
Um,
She's not part of this, but yes, she's very much involved.
yes. Yes. A distinctly more active part in what's to come. But yes, we look forward to having you back. So, if you enjoyed this and everything we do, make sure to hit the like button and leave some comments down below on what you think the town should be called. Because I think the jury's still slightly out. I mean, we're thinking New Prosper, but yeah, it could be Dribblesville.
No,
Yeah.
okay,
Also,
bye.
like in memory of Mr. Dribbles, like for every like that you give us just means how much you also love Dribbles.
Yeah.
Like I can only like once, but I wish I could like 100 times.
Exactly. We release lots of other stuff like this, so if you enjoyed this video, we have loads of others for you to watch. And what you should really do to celebrate for the memory of Mr. Dribbles is subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications of when we release videos, which is very, very regularly, almost weekly.
Mhm.
But apart from that, yeah, thank you all for playing.
Thank you,
Thank you
Dan.
all for watching.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See ya.
See you soon, guys.
Bye. See you in
soon.
Dribblesville.
Bye.
No, we're not. No, I'm vetoing this.
No,
Jedi!
Elaine, you're breaking up a bit. I can't.
the town charter hasn't been written yet, and so veto hasn't been written into the town charter.
Yeah,
Sorry.
may just happen.
Bye. With the Chimera finally dealt with, our explorers can begin the long task of establishing their new town. Whilst they will undoubtedly have many questions born from recent events, they've bought themselves a well-earned reprieve. But for how long? Come back next time to find out. So, this isn't something I get to say very often, but since we recorded this episode, Carl and Tilda have welcomed Addy, Victor, Dudash into the world, and we'd all love to share with them the biggest congratulations as they take their first massive steps into parenthood. Congratulations. If you liked the video, or you're overjoyed about the baby, please hit the like button and comment down below on Addy's D&D class he'll be when he grows up. We have lots of other videos on the channel, such as this one here, and we'd love it if you subscribed here and hit the bell icon for notifications of when our weekly videos go live. So, with all that said, thank you once again. Take care, and as always, keep exploring.